Good morning. There's a lot of good energy in the sanctuary this morning. Welcome to worship with the community of First Unitarian Church of Omaha. I'm Reverend Shari Woodbury, the minister here. A special welcome to visitors. This congregation is a community of all ages and abilities. It's a community with a rainbow of gender and sexual identities. It's a community of diverse cultural and class backgrounds. We draw from many sources of inspiration and share common liberal religious values. Whoever you may be, we welcome you to bring your whole self into this space. Visitors are invited to fill out a visitor form. If you're here in the pews, it's a yellow form in the hymnal racks. If you're online, you'll find a link to an online form below the service description on YouTube. We've got a couple announcements, and I'm going to invite forward Diana Bird from the Ministry Team Council.
Hi, good morning. The first thing I want to tell you about is our new door code on the courtyard door. You probably have noticed for a while that we have a new keypad, and now it's being reprogrammed with a new code. So if you use the church regularly and you need the door code to enter, we're going to ask you to email Melissa at the admin address. We'll have a little carryover period where the old code still works, but that will probably last for only 10 days or 2 weeks. So if you're somebody who needs the code, let her know. We're just trying to be more secure because over time, more and more people have the code. So we want to keep our church safe. And on those same lines, we're also locking the courtyard door 15 minutes or so after the service starts to enhance safety for the RE wing. So if you arrive late, be aware of that, please. The last announcement that I have is from our bookkeeper, who says if you are planning any end of the year giving, please do it ASAP, because I'm taking him on vacation. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. We affirm that our church occupies the traditional treaty lands of the Omaha and Otoe-Missouri tribal nations, and express our respect as well to the Northern Ponca, Winnebago, and Santee Sioux tribes. We invite everyone to support local causes, charities, and rights of Indigenous people. And from your seats, I invite you now to join in a gathering chant if you like. It's in the gray hymnal, number 73, Chant for the Seasons, and we're going to just do the verse that is labeled Winter. I invite forward Jennifer Larson to light the flaming chalice. Will you join me in the chalice lighting words? Spark of the Spirit, cupped in earth's embrace, light of love, alive in all creation. As we kindle this flame, we rekindle our connection to the sacred web of life.
Good morning, everyone. Our call to worship reading this morning is entitled Hope by Hannah Roberts Villeneuve. In the season of long, cold nights, hope isn't waiting for us to find it. Hope isn't sitting patiently on the sidelines. Hope seeks out the forgotten places, the longest night, the damaged temple, the overcrowded stable, and every corner where tomorrow seems impossible. Hope bursts in uninvited, without concern for our carefully crafted plans. Hope shows up as a lamp that keeps burning. Hope shows up as an improbable baby. Hope shows up as the sun, returning without ever having left. Hope shows up as tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and tomorrow, until against all odds, we see the future breaking on the horizon. When we are weary from battle, when empire seems inevitable, and when darkness is growing around us, hope comes to claim us, and we have the chance to say yes.
I invite you to rise if that feels good in your body and join in singing number 226, People Look East. As our coordinator of child and family programs, Christina Strong, comes forward to share a story, I invite those who are young at heart in the sanctuary or from our classrooms to come and join her up front if you like.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay? We have a special guest on his way in, as well as more of our children coming forward. Thank you. All right. Good morning. Is this better? Can you hear me okay? Okay. Good morning, friends. So we have a special guest today. This is Orion from Fontanelle Forest, and we'll have a chance to learn more about him and his story during our Sunday school class today, and there will also be an opportunity after service for the adults to learn more about him. And I'm told that he enjoys looking at people as much as we enjoy looking at him, so we can enjoy each other's presence while I tell this story about a different owl. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So the children will have a chance to learn more about Orion and his story during Sunday school, and adults will have an opportunity after the service here in the sanctuary to learn more about Orion. And right now I have a story for you about a much smaller owl, a northern saw-whet owl named Samantha. All right, here we go. This is our special story for the solstice. Samantha was having some trouble with her annual migration. She was only a tiny bird, the smallest owl you can see in the wild in Maryland. But she traveled a long way each year to find the best place to spend the winter. This year, though, it was not going well. This was supposed to be the darkest time of the year, the best time of the year, Samantha thought, as a fluffy little owl who loved darkness, but somehow there was light everywhere she looked. And Samantha wasn't the only bird having trouble this year. She'd watched a whole bunch of songbirds who migrated at night like she did get completely confused by a big light that shone so much brighter than the moon. They circled and circled under that weird big light until they crashed to the ground in exhaustion. That didn't happen to her, but she was having the hardest time finding places dark enough for her. You see, because she was so little, other bigger owls, especially the big, scary barred owls, were her predators, and she needed to hide in the darkness. Where was her darkness? Plus, all the lights were confusing, and it did start to feel like she was going in circles. Somehow, she had ended up in an area that had trees, but also tons of lights shining right in her eyes. Why were the lights shining up? Why were they so bright? And there was fast-moving things and so many people and noises. And what was that in front of her? Was that a crash? Samantha crashed right into a pane of glass, and down she fell to the ground unconscious. The people in the house heard the little owl crashing into their window and ran outside. What do you think happened next? Let's see, maybe they helped her. You think the people will find her? Let's see. Yeah, they found her and they carefully used a trowel to put her into a cardboard box with air holes. And when Samantha woke up, she could hear them talking to someone and could feel herself moving. But oh, her head hurt so bad. But she was dry and cozy and it was dark. There were lots of gentle voices after that, people carefully looking at her, though they did shine lights in her eyes, saying something about trauma and injuries. But there was lots of cozy darkness, even if it wasn't quite the right kind of darkness. Not the darkness of the woods. It was 3 whole weeks of the wrong kind of darkness, but her head was feeling better. And then one day she saw a little mouse moving, and she caught it, and the people got really excited. They put her in another box, a bigger fabric box with a zipper this time, with another cozy towel, and she was moving again. And then someone put a thing on her leg, a weird tiny bracelet thing, and the box was moving, and this time, when the box was lifted and the door was open, she saw ahead of her forest, dark, quiet forest. She flew out of that box as fast as she could, up to a branch, and she gripped it happily with her feet and turned her head, and there were faces looking up at her, people's faces grinning up at her. "Look," they said. "Hello, buddy." "Thank you," she said to them in her little owl voice. "Thank you for getting me back to the dark." And off she flew into the blessedly dark trees. She never took the dark for granted again. I hope we will not take the dark for granted either. The end.
If you'd like to spend a little more time with our special guest and maybe ask some questions and learn more about the owl, you can stay right here in the sanctuary after the service. If you have kiddos in RE, they're learning about the owl now. You can get your kids after the service and then come back if you'd like to listen to more about the owl altogether. Each week we put into practice our spiritual value of generosity as we take up a community offering. Half of undesignated gifts go to a local cause, which resonates with UU values. If you're online or prefer to use your smartphone, you can use the QR code or link. For December, our Share the Plate beneficiary is Omaha Alternatives to Violence Project. Working in prisons and in the community, Omaha AVP empowers people to lead nonviolent lives through affirmation, respect, cooperation, trust, and conflict resolution skills. AVP builds on every person's innate power to positively transform themselves and the world. Thank you for giving as you are able.
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know, but I just really like it. I am hardly religious. I'd rather break bread with Dawkins than Desmond Tutu, to be honest. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to consumerism, to the commercialization of an ancient religion, to the westernization of a dead Palestinian press ganged into selling PlayStations and beer. But I still really like it. I'm looking forward to Christmas, though I'm not expecting a visit from Jesus. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mom. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mom. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I don't go in for ancient wisdom. I don't believe just 'cause ideas are tenacious it means that they're worthy. I get freaked out by churches. Some of the hymns that they sing have nice chords, but the lyrics are dodgy. And yes, I have all of the usual objections to the miseducation of children who in tax-exempt institutions are taught to externalize blame and to feel ashamed and to judge things as plain right or wrong. But I quite like the songs. I'm not expecting big presents. The old combination of socks, jocks, and chocolates is just fine by me. 'Cause I'll be seeing my dad and my brother and sisters, my gran and my mom. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. I'll be seeing my dad, my brother and sisters, my gran and my mom. They'll be drinking white wine in the sun. And you, my baby girl, my jet-lagged infant daughter, you'll be handed round the room like a puppy at a primary school, and you won't understand, but you will learn someday that wherever you are and whatever you face, these are the people who'll make you feel safe in this world. My sweet blue-eyed girl. And if my baby girl, when you're 21 or 31 and Christmas comes around and you find yourself 9,000 miles from home, you'll know whatever comes. Your brothers and sisters and me and your mom be waiting for you in the sun whenever you come. Your brothers and sisters, your aunts and your uncles, your grandparents, cousins, and me and your mom will be waiting for you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun. And darling, when Christmas comes, we'll be waiting for you in the sun, drinking white wine in the sun, waiting for you in the sun, waiting for you. Waiting. I really like Christmas. It's sentimental, I know.
Thank you for that, Lloyd and Jay. As our congregational president comes forward to join me, I'll share the happy news that we have 3 new members we're welcoming to join our community as members today, and I'm going to invite them to come forward as well at this time, and you can stand next to Shari. So Danelle Dacey and John and Katie Lammers. This is a time of joy for the congregation as we welcome these new members and renew our shared commitment to this community.
We are pleased that each of you has chosen to formally become a member of this church. And today we celebrate that commitment with the congregation. When we gather, we search together for meaning and truth in life, and we share our joys and sorrows with one another. Joining the First Unitarian Church of Omaha means being a deeper part of this gathered community, participating as voting members in the governance of the church, supporting others, and being supported in return. If you will join us in this mission and work, please say all together, I will.
Thank you. Will the members of the congregation please rise as you are able and join in the congregational response? It's on the screen, and we're going to do this as a column response, so you can just listen and echo each line. I'll say the words, and then Shari and you all can echo them. Here we go. We, the members of First Unitarian Church of Omaha.
We, the members of the First Unitarian Church of Omaha,
welcome you to our shared journey.
welcome you to the shared journey
of community, discovery, and celebration.
Of community, discovery, and celebration.
We invite you to contribute
We invite you to contribute
to our work for healing and justice,
to our work for healing and justice,
and pledge to join
and pledge to join
our strength and talent with yours,
our strength and talents with yours,
believing that through our common effort,
believing that through our common effort,
we may better shape
we may better shape
the meaning of our lives.
the meaning of our lives.
May we work together
May we work together
to sustain this congregation,
to sustain this congregation,
a place of comfort and challenge,
a place of comfort and challenge,
a home from which to journey
a home from which to journey
and return once again.
and return once again.
We receive you with open hands and hearts.
We receive you with open hands and hearts.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Congregation, you may be seated.
Okay, the new members will sign the book after the service, but right now we have a gift for each of you to remind you that you belong to this community and this community belongs to you. So give me a minute here.
The ivy has a particular symbolism around friendship and connection. It is said that membership truly begins not when you sign the membership book or appear before the congregation in a ceremony like this one, but when you find yourself disappointed by the community and choose to return anyway, putting our covenant of right relations into practice and asking others to live into those promises also. We'll alternate reading the covenant now before I ask you all to affirm it. If you're on the piano side, I invite you to read along with Shari from the slides, while those on the organ side can read along with me. Our covenant of right relations. And we'll let Shari start.
Okay, all right. We, the congregation of First Unitarian Church of Omaha, covenant together
To create religious community where we can freely explore our values and foster diversity as a source of communal strength.
to build healthy relationships, seeking to understand each other and respect our differences.
To listen deeply and endeavor to communicate directly, honestly, and compassionately, particularly when we are in conflict.
To do our best to make amends when we have hurt each other, even unintentionally, to learn from our mistakes, to forgive, and to reconnect in a spirit of understanding and commitment.
Members, old and new, do you affirm your commitment to this covenant? If so, just as you are, you may say, I do.
I do.
Reverend Alice Blair Wesley said, to join a free church is to sign a promise that may sound simple. It should sound simple, but which, if you keep covenant, brings you to intimate companionship with others who have promised to live with all the integrity you and they together can muster in all the years of your lives.
To our new members, Katie, John, and Donald, may you find comfort in this community. May you find joy in it. May you be challenged in it. And may you know that your presence among us is a blessing for all.
We're so glad to have you with us. Colin will join me now as we enter into the time for joys and concerns. Each week we take time to share both the things that are bringing us joy and the things that are more challenging so that our community can support us and commiserate and celebrate with us.
From Greg Andrews, how about some prayers for the families of Rob Reiner and Gil Gerard who passed away? And from Patricia Pyatt saying, my joy this week is that Lloyd Olson has offered to host a karaoke after our Christmas Day potluck. All are welcome. Luncheon is about 1:00 p.m.
Again, that's Christmas Day. If you want to join in the merriment, 1 o'clock here in the church, and it's a potluck, so you can bring a dish and join in the karaoke. Will you join me in a centering song? It's number 352 in the hymnal, Find a Stillness.
Our second reading this morning is entitled Winter Solstice by Rebecca Parker. Perhaps for a moment the typewriters will stop clicking, the wheels stop rolling, the computers desist from computing, and a hush will fall over the city. For an instant, in the stillness, the chiming of the celestial spheres will be heard as Earth hangs poised in the crystalline darkness and then gracefully tilts. Let there be a season when holiness is heard and the splendor of living is revealed. Stunned to stillness by beauty, we remember who we are and why we are here. There are inexplicable mysteries. We are not alone. In the universe, there moves a wild one whose gestures alters Earth's axis towards love. In the immense darkness, everything spins with joy. The cosmos enfolds us. We are caught in a web of stars, cradled in a swaying embrace, rocked by the holy night. Babes of the universe, let this be the time, if I can get to the next page. Let this be the time we wake to life, like spring wakes in the moment of winter solstice.
Just as you are in your seat, I invite you to find the song sheet for Turn Around, a solstice song. Jay is going to play that first line a couple times so we can get it in our ear, and then you can join in whenever you like. William is going to lead on the top line. I'm going to lead on the bottom line, and you can pick either one or just close your eyes and listen. And let us rest in stillness of solstice for a time together. For the guided meditation that follows, you may wish to adjust your position so that your spine is straight, your body relaxed, perhaps your hands resting gently in your lap. You might want to close out your eyes and shut out all the distractions of the light. And you might want to join me to begin in a few deep, slow breaths. With vision muted, I invite you to notice what your other senses are telling you. You may feel a sense of pressure in your back or your sitting bones, where your body comes in contact with a pew or chair below you. You may have feelings of tightness in your shoulders, along the jawline. I invite you to gently release any areas of tension that you notice. Soften the neck and the swallowing muscles. Release any tension you feel in your abdomen. Imagining the inner organs in your belly, letting go of tension. Soften your eyes. Let them feel warm and relaxed, as if your eyeballs are floating in a pool of water. And let yourself continue breathing naturally. You may notice strange sensations, such as tingling in a muscle or a ticklish feeling on the skin. Whatever comes to your awareness is okay. Just acknowledge it in the silence. Let us turn our attention to the sounds around us. What do you notice in the sanctuary if you're here? You may hear the sound of your own breathing or a growling stomach. You may hear a neighbor shifting position or clearing a throat. Sometimes we hear the sounds of children in other parts of the building. Perhaps cars passing on the street, or wind blowing along the walls of the building outside. Having acknowledged these outward sounds, let us turn our focus inward now. Thoughts may float through your consciousness. You can just let those thoughts float on by. Feelings may bubble up from some deeper place within you. You don't have to name the feeling or put any words to it. Just notice if there is anything there for you with gentle acceptance. Now I invite you to imagine that your body and mind are filled with darkness and silence, like the deep, dark night in a wilderness. Take comfort in the stillness, the restfulness of this space within you. You don't need to try to make anything happen, but just rest in this inner darkness, knowing that you are safe in this moment. You can simply be. the quiet corners within. Let us sense the healing powers of the body, the amazing ability of our soft animal body to restore damaged cells, to create new healthy cells, to bring balance to systems that have gotten out of whack. Let us acknowledge, too, the creative powers of our minds and hearts. From the mysterious inner regions comes all poetry, all music. From the inner dark emerges all sculpture and dance. All the art and culture that are the heritages of humanity. Even consciousness itself, the great unsolved mystery of science, resides in the deep unknown of ourselves. I invite you to continue to be with your breath in a still, quiet mood as you rest a while longer in the darkness with humility and awe and gratitude for all the powers of the darkness within yourself.
So our final reading this morning is entitled Loving in a Broken Time by Frederick Joseph. Some say the world is ending, but endings are only beginnings wearing heavier shoes. Even ruin grows tired. Even ruin sleeps. And in the quiet between disasters, love kneels in the dust as if searching for a dropped earring and finds God instead. To love now is to drink from a cracked chalice and call the water holy even as it leaks through your hands. Because most days, hope feels like a match trying to teach the rain about fire. Still, love remains the only empire that does not fall. And the stars stay brightest in the sky that is the darkest.
The darkest time of year offers gifts if we're willing to receive them. Often our bodies, cueing off the falling amount of sunlight hitting our eyes, will tell us we need to rest. If we listen, we can feel the ancient pull of winter on our species. When it's cold and harsh outside, to hole up where it is safe and warm and be among our beloveds. Perhaps to tell stories by firelight or otherwise enjoy simple, quiet recreation. And to take whatever solitude we can get, whatever solitude we may need, as we refill our wells of health, energy, and creativity. The darkness invites awe and wonder, too, for the sun and moon and stars that are harder to take for granted now, for the aurora borealis, if we're lucky enough to see it, as I know some did here locally not that long ago, and for the turning of the seasons and ancient rhythms to which our bodies respond. I don't know about you, but I try to be intentional at this time of year to listen to my body's need for rest, for nourishing social connection, for winter comfort foods and drinks. We have lots of hot cocoa and tea around our house this time of year, and for getting out in the elements now and again, well bundled up. I relish the peace this dark time of year can offer. Still, I need the light too. Since my family moved back from Texas back up to this kind of Midwestern latitude almost 6 years ago now, I've discovered I transition through the dark half of the year better if I use a light therapy lamp. My light lamp helps to regulate my mood and boost energy and concentration that might otherwise flag in the winter months. Whether or not you personally have strong seasonal swings, the reality is humans are not owls. We are not nocturnal creatures made for the dark. Our species is diurnal. Our circadian rhythms are tuned to the sun. So even as I appreciate the restfulness of winter and aim to listen to my body, I also welcome the growing light. I crave sunlight in my eyes. My family chuckles at me sometimes because at home I'm kind of like a houseplant on legs. I turn toward the light. As the light moves, so do I. I will switch from one room to another, one floor of the house to another, one side of the house to another, based on where's the sun coming in the windows now. I need to bask in the sun. Now, whether or not you are particularly sensitive to the seasons, whether or not you are prone to winter blues, any of us could feel discouraged right now by what's going on in the world around us. It's hard enough to sustain hope and take action as the assaults on our democracy and the suffering of everyday people stretch on for months and years. It's even harder to keep it up in the winter. Do you feel that? Perhaps the winter solstice offers hope for us here too. For just as sunlight recedes and then returns stronger day by day, so too may compassion, decency, and functioning institutions return to ascendance in time. No harmful regime can last forever. As the poet Frederick Joseph put it, love remains the only empire that does not fall, and stars stay brightest in the sky that is darkest. So my invitation to you is this: do what you need to do this winter. Tend your hearth fires, draw close to your circle of friends, and treat your mental health with as much care for yourself as you would for a loved one. Be with the people who help you hold on to hope, or at least to know that you are loved. If you have the energy, of course, you can also keep taking actions to protect and restore our civil society. But if you don't have the energy right now, trust that it will return to you. Just as the sun continues to grow stronger and the days longer, it's only a matter of time. Love is the only empire that does not fall. My friends, this winter, let us take care of ourselves, take care of one another, and with each day of growing light on the earth, let us anchor ourselves in love. Then we shall rise up like the unstoppable sun. So may it be. Amen. From your seat, I invite you to join in number 57, All Beautiful the March of Days, verses 1 to 2, and we'll follow that with a time of silence. I think we're ready to keep singing. Let's stand for this one. 235. Deck the hall. On this, the longest night of the year tonight, we are warmed by the certain knowledge that tomorrow will welcome more light than today, as it has for eons, for billions of years. The coming of light brings life. May we be awed by the great miracles of light and life, and faithfully nurture the mystery and magic of wonder.